because of this bike right now I have a cold. Now I need to change and go for a run. I was invited to go for a bike ride outside today and it's -1 degree. So I decided I was going to join, so I took out the bike and I tried to put on as much clothes as I have. So these are my winter running pants and I have the cycling pants on top of them. I'm wearing the only pair of gloves I have, which are summer gloves, and 3 sweaters on top of each other. I think I'm gonna freeze to death, but I'm gonna try. It's going to be 2 hours 30 minutes. Should be around 60 kilometers. Let's see. I mean, it's freezing, but it was a good idea. Just look how beautiful it is. I've been going for 2 hours 11 minutes, 55 kilometers. It's honestly so cold, I can barely feel my hands. Luckily I was riding with the flatmate of one of my colleagues and he brought me this like neck warmer, otherwise I think I would be absolutely cooked by now. Let's continue. One fun fact, that building you see down there is where we burn all the trash that's made in Copenhagen and it gets transformed into electricity. It's shaped like a hill because you can actually walk on top of it. And that plays out pretty fine for me because I plan on using it to run. Obviously Denmark doesn't really have mountains and I signed up for an ultra trail marathon next June. So I think this could be a good workaround for me to train some elevation. Just go to that building and spam going uphill basically. Alright. I really wanted to show you guys what I've been working on in the last few days because I've been working on habits almost every evening and I've actually spent a lot of hours today on it, but the camera decided to die halfway through the recording because I forgot to charge it after I uploaded episode 5. I've been working on this huge presentation because I really want the branding of habits to be on point from the beginning. Everything that I've been doing is basically try to lay down the foundations of the brand and understand which product I should start with. For some reason, I'm obsessed with the idea of starting with a shower gel. From all the research I've made in the last week, the shower gel is probably going to be the worst product to start with because it has a very high cost to produce and it has a very low perceived value, meaning that people don't really think of shower gel as something expensive unless it's premium and a luxury brand making it, which obviously I'm not because I don't exist yet. But it's embedded in my brain that I want to start with a shower gel. I don't know why, but it's because I have this idea of this big bottle of shower gel and maybe a moisturizing cream to use right after a shower. And because now I have that in my brain, I really want to follow through and I really want to make that real, even though it seems like it could set me up for failure or at least it would be a very, very hard product to start. There's a lot of discomfort involved into creating your own company, or at least there is a lot for me. Because all these things I'm doing so far, it's mostly branding and how I want the products to be perceived by people, which is something I've done a lot of times in the past, but I was always doing it for others. So I never questioned whether that was the right thing to do, but now that I'm doing it for myself, I have a lot more self-doubt. And this is what people on YouTube would not show you usually, but I came back home at 5 and I started working on habits straight away. I only stopped to have dinner and obviously that means I didn't clean the dishes. So now I need to empty the dishwasher and clean everything and go to sleep. The cars are completely frozen. Now I'm going to the office where I'm meeting with Mashe. We're doing a 1 hour interval session. Whew. Getting ready, and somehow I thought this combination of pink socks over black leggings was gonna work. But it looks fucking hideous. 0 degrees outside. And he's coming and running in shorts. What? Nothing. We just go back to the office. Basically we took a wrong turn and we ended up way too far out in the city. So we had to speed up so much on the way back because we were late for work. Because of it, this ended up being my fastest run ever at 5:21 average. Oh, there he is. Just in time.
So all of this preparation, and he forgot his underwear. And then he went into the shower without a towel. And then his lovely co-worker had to come in and hand him a towel. Where would he be without her? We don't know. Probably not that far. See ya later.
Now I'm back home and I've just finished the rough price estimator for habits. So the idea behind the rough price estimator, I can't even pronounce it, is I have no idea which product I will be able to start producing. I already made a pipeline of products I would like to start with, but I don't know how much they will cost me. And once I am to contact suppliers, they will throw numbers at me and I will have no idea what that means. So I made this. Let me show you. Okay. This is a price estimator. Now I put a shower gel and a deodorant. These are products that I would love to do in the future, but they're just placeholders for now. So the idea is I will be able to input all the data I will get from suppliers, or I should get from suppliers here. And this will just basically tell me how much I should sell the product to have a decent margin, how much VAT I will be paying, how much the gross profit will be. This calculator really helps me with all the calculations because, for example, it tells me if making a deodorant costs me €3 and I have 80 cents of packaging cost and 20 cents of delivery and I make 500 of them, then the variable cost, which is the money I have to put up a front to get 500 of those, is €2,000. So now every time I will be contacting supplier, I will know whether that's in my price range, because obviously the price I pay also defines the price I will have to sell it. And something that I really want to do is I want to make habits affordable for people to be able to actually buy the products.
Luckily, I'm cycling indoor today because the weather has gone absolutely crazy here. I survived the bike session. It was incredibly hard, probably the hardest session I've ever done actually. So as soon as I'm done, it goes on Strava automatically, and Strava tells me it's my second best 1 hour energy output on a bike. Pretty disappointing considering how hard the session felt. I had to take 2 gels to finish it. I really couldn't push any more than that. So yeah, apparently I did my second best today. Now I'm on my way to meet Jan and Ivan, my friends.
So was I on time?
No, of course not.
This booger is thick. Can I eat it?
Of course.
Of course I can.
Long story short, fueling is extremely important when you're training for endurance sport and when you train as much as I do, and I've been under fueling myself since the beginning. The reason I've been under fueling is because I wanted to be cheap and I bought the cheapest carb drink and gels I could find on the market. I just ran out of the carbs drink from Science in Sport. It was a huge 1.5 kilo tub. Actually, let me show it because right now the camera is on top of it because I don't have a tripod. So let me show you. So this is what I've been using until now. It's not bad, but it only has 36 grams of carbs per serving, and that's not a lot. So now I ran out of it and I want to upper my carb intake all the way to 90 grams an hour or maybe even 120 grams an hour. Obviously I'm not sponsored because no one wants to sponsor me. So paid this with my retirement money, which doesn't exist yet and probably never will considering how much money I spent on sport. So it's written in Danish because I bought this from a Danish website, so I have no idea what it says, but they handwritten a card from. Oh, I can't read it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to translate it later. 2 500 milliliters bottles from Morten, 40 tabs of electrolytes. These are gels, I bought 16 of them, and these are 45 grams of carbs per gel. The previous one I was using from Science in Sport with 36 grams. Oh, this is a towel. It's incredibly small. I'm actually surprised. I'm hoping this is full size actually. It's full size. Holy shit. I know I probably sound overexcited about these, but there is a reason. These have 90 grams of carbs. And before today, getting 90 grams of carbs for me meant getting an entire bottle, 750 milliliters, not 500 like this one, with 1.5 portion of the Science in Sport and 2 gels. That would have made around 95 grams of carbs. Now I can just drink 1 portion of these, half a liter of water, and that's 90 grams. And if I add a gel on top of it, I'm at 130 grams.
We're just gonna have to try them.